Hello and welcome. Today, we're taking a virtual trip to the University of Kotli, an incredible institution nestled in the heart of Azad Jammu and Kashmir. It's built on a really powerful promise, so let's dive in and find out what that promise is and what it means for everyone who walks through its doors. Right off the bat, we're hit with the university's motto, enter to learn, leave to serve. And this isn't just some catchy phrase they put on a banner. It is the absolute core philosophy, the DNA of this university. It tells you that an education here is about more than just personal success. It's about preparing you to make a real impact on the world. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to break this down into 5 parts. First, we'll look at the foundation of the university, then its evolution. We'll explore all the academic paths you can take, what life is actually like on campus, and then we'll wrap it all up by coming back to that powerful idea of serving the community. All right, first up, let's get to know the University of Kotli, or UOK as it's often called. What's its core identity? Okay, so it's a public university. What does that actually mean in this context? Well, it has a pretty unique structure. The president of Azad Jammu and Kashmir is the Chancellor. Now, this isn't just a symbolic title. It creates a direct link between the university and the regional government, embedding its mission right into the civic life and the future development of the whole area. Every great institution has an origin story, right? And UOK's is a really fascinating one about growth, about stepping up to meet the rising educational demands of its community. So you might see that 2014 date and think it's a pretty new university. But that's only half the story. Its roots go way deeper. For 30 years before it was officially the University of Kotli, it was a constituent college, and its School of Administrative Sciences was an absolute powerhouse. It produced over 3,000 graduates. That incredible legacy of impact is the real foundation of the university we see today. All right, now for the part you've probably been waiting for, the academics. What can you actually study at UOK? Let's take a look at the huge range of programs and all the possibilities. Get ready for this. We're talking about more than 150 disciplines. That number is just staggering. But it's more than a number. It's a massive landscape of opportunity. Seriously, whether you want to build the next big app, shape public policy, or push the limits of science, there is a path here for you. So how do they keep all of that organized? Well, the university is structured into 4 main faculties. You've got basic and applied sciences, management sciences, computing and engineering, and of course, social sciences and humanities. This setup is great because it helps create collaboration within these big fields while still offering really specialized degrees. And listen, your academic journey doesn't have to stop with a bachelor's degree. Not at all. UOK offers the whole spectrum of learning, from your first undergraduate classes all the way up to master's and even PhD programs. It's really designed to support your ambition at every single stage of your career. This slide gives you a perfect snapshot of that range. On one hand, you could be building real-world, in-demand skills in a field like software engineering or biotech. But on the other hand, you could be pushing the very boundaries of human knowledge with a PhD in economics or mathematics. It's a place that truly values both practical application and deep theoretical research. Okay, so academics are obviously crucial, but the university experience is so much more than just lectures and labs, right? So, what is life actually like for a student at UOK? The campus itself is really designed for how we learn today. You've got a campus dedicated to business and a newer one for the other departments. We're talking modern classrooms, a library that's stocked for some serious research, and computer labs with high-speed internet. Basically, all the tools you need to really thrive. And this part is so important. USK is totally committed to making education accessible. They get that money shouldn't be a barrier to ambition. That's why they offer merit-based scholarships for high achievers, but also need-based aid, often supported by the Higher Education Commission, to make sure that talented students from every background get a chance to shine. And that brings us right back where we started, full circle. We've explored how students enter to learn. But what about that second half of the promise? Let's look at how UOK empowers its graduates to get out there and leave to serve. Okay, take a look at the university's official vision. A couple of phrases really jump out, don't they? Globally recognized. That shows a commitment to world-class standards. But then, socio-economic development anchors that ambition right back into the local community. The goal isn't just to be a great university, it's to be an engine for a better, more sustainable society. So how do they actually do that? Well, the mission statement puts that vision into action. It boils down to a simple but really powerful idea: the creation, the evolution, and, this is the most critical part, the application of knowledge. It's all about turning theory into practice, turning knowledge into action that makes a real difference in the world. So we end where we began, with that powerful motto. The University of Kotli provides the knowledge, the environment, and the vision. It gives its students everything they need to come in and learn. And so, the final question, the challenge it gives every single graduate, and maybe even you, is how will you leave to serve?